Good day and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Bomb threats at several schools across the island. Progress in search of missing British national. He was found dead. And later in sports, World Cup semi-finalists all but decided after New Zealand's win. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. The body of British national Robert Dyer, who went missing on Sunday in St. Elizabeth, has been found. Police say Mr. Dyer's body was found between Woodside and Lover's Leap a short while ago. On Wednesday, the search team discovered the walking stick belonging to the 60-year-old. Mr. Dyer left home for a nature walk in Ballard's Valley but reportedly lost his way. Teams from the JDF, the JCF, residents as well as community groups have been searching for the missing man. TVJ News understands that there's a bomb threat at several high schools this morning. Some students are being moved to safety. So far, schools in Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney and St. Catherine are under watch.
There's a bomb threat at the Greater Portmore High School. However, and speaking to the principal let me know that the bomb threat actually, the email came to Greater Portmore High School address, but the body of the email is actually addressed to Denby High School in Clarendon. But they're not taking any chances, so they have the fire brigade, the police and the bomb squad sweeping the area. He also sent a message to Denby. So the same thing being done in Denby as we speak.
The St. Elizabeth police have arrested one man and a bike seized following a firearm seizure on Wednesday. The police say the man was arrested during an operation along the Junction Main Road. He was stopped and searched when the Taurus pistol containing 69mm rounds was found in the seat compartment of his motorcycle. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is looking to increase its size to boost its membership. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Strang says some of the challenges the JCF has been experiencing could not be addressed due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Activities to provide the police force with the equipment required. There was no kind of indication. Vehicles were bought when the mobile patrol literally shut down. You buy some and you put them on the road again. I've indicated that for police force to operate efficiently, we should acquire operationally at least 600 vehicles. We're not quite there yet. The reality is that we had 3 fiscal years of constraint on our investment, although we did invest significantly in the security forces. Then the COVID years ensured that we had to direct increased resources to a clear and present danger that existed with the pandemic.
Currently, the JCF has some 14,000 members, but needs 18,000 to be more effective. But Major General Anthony Anderson says training is ongoing to fix the issue.
We moved from a single training facility, and over the years, and including during the COVID years, we expanded that capability to have 4 training facilities and to be able to turn out 1,250 officers a year. And these aren't just an increase in numbers, but in terms of the qualifications of the people joining. And we're getting a lot more people who have other options.
Both Dr. Chang and Major General Anderson were speaking at Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing. Opposition leader Mark Golding says the state of emergency has affected the party's campaigning in St. James. Mr. Golding said a tour was planned for South St. James from last week, but following the announcement, the team had to postpone most of the activities.
Comrades, as has been said, we had a plan with a program of speakers and so on, but we don't want to create any negative. And them said that we're disrespecting the state of emergency and so on. So we're not going to have the meeting that we planned. I just want to say to each and everyone who has been on this tour today, thank you for being there with us. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your commitment to your party. And thank you for being there and seeing that the PNP is coming hard and strong.
But Mr. Golding says that they were still able to reach a few communities before the announcement.
We started off on the border of St. Elizabeth and St. James, a town called Niagara. We visited the primary school this morning, met with the children and the principal and teachers. And then we've moved from town to town, really, ending here in Cambridge, St. James. The energy has been wonderful. The support has been absolutely gratifying for us. And I'm very happy. They love their new candidate, Nikisha Burchell, and the energy that she brings. She's a daughter of the soil of St. James, in South St. James. And so they're very, very happy to see her.
Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison is lamenting the high number of children begging and selling on the streets. She wants more people to report the incidents to the Children's Registry so minors can be helped and protected. Karen Simpson reports.
Child labor in Jamaica is a common occurrence. Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison says the idea of hustling to assist their parents is one of the underlying factors why children end up on the streets. She says sometimes this is due to the absence of information.
Some of them, for example, have heard about the PATH program, but have no idea that they could qualify to be on the program. Others know and feel in their soul that they should be on it, but they don't know how to get on it.
Additionally, she pointed to other aspects.
There could be an absence of even regular enrollment in school, or if they're enrolled, they're not going. And then that now interferes, of course, with the right to an education. And there's also the safety issue. When children are on the streets and unsupervised, they are really exposed not only to the physical elements, but to persons in our community and society who do not mean children well, and then the exploitation becomes a very real threat.
It is why she is urging persons to report cases of child labor.
Those matters usually can result in some intervention. Is it that the mother needs a job? Is it that she needs help with enrolling the children on the PATH program? Is it that she tried, but because she doesn't have the birth certificate, she can't get through? And so we would assist, for example, with the Registrar General's Department to get that birth certificate so that the enrollment can take place.
In the meantime, the Children's Advocate is cautioning parents and guardians that while children will not be criminalized for child labor, there are legal implications for adults. Carrie Simpson, TVJ News.
The police are searching for two armed robbers who made off with $2 million from a Western Union and Cambio outlet in Salem, St. Anne Wednesday afternoon. It's reported that about 12:23 p.m., they entered the establishment demanding money.
They held one of the workers at gunpoint and also the owner at gunpoint and demanded money. When they were refused initially, they threatened the worker. They also threatened the owner. Upon trying to escape, they were accosted by the owner's father, who exchanged gunfire with them.
It's further understood that the cashier was used as a human shield by the men in their bid to escape. She was, however,
they left behind a magazine filled with live rounds and some live rounds on the counter. About 15 to 20 spent shells were seen in the vicinity.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. No more milking cows by hand. It's one of the major improvements a milking parlor in St. Thomas is expected to bring to the dairy industry. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green says the move is part of a larger initiative to expand the industry and make it much more efficient. Krista Campbell has that story.
There are no cows using it yet, but when that begins to happen, Agriculture Minister Floyd Green says small dairy farmers in St. Thomas will see a significant increase in milk production. And at Tuesday's unveiling of the first ever milking parlor in Hillside, St. Thomas, Mr. Green underscored the parish's contributions to Jamaica's dairy industry.
St. Thomas as a parish accounts for 53% of the national amount of saleable fresh milk that Jamaica produces. Before this milking parlor, St. Thomas farmers were milking largely on the trees and in temporary sheds. And even though they had those what you would deem unfavorable conditions, they still managed to produce grade A quality milk.
He notes that moving from manual to mechanized milking means farmers will be able to produce twice as much milk without having to increase their herds.
The Jamaica Dairy Development Board continues to provide milk processing training and key hygiene and sanitation workshops for our farmers. And we're now moving to continue to expand our pasture and our pasture support.
He says he's committed to setting up pastures and a dairy rehabilitation program on 35 acres of lands Western St. Thomas Member of Parliament James Robertson has identified. Meanwhile, with a mobile milking machine already donated to 2 farmers and another one on order, the Agriculture Minister promised even more technical support to help improve efficiency in the dairy industry.
But we know the cost of production and the cost of energy, especially in storing your milk. So we're going to be coming back, MP Robertson, to install solar panels so that we can take the storage of milk off the grid and use the renewable energy that we have to reduce your costs of production.
He says 5 bulk storage tanks are also being ordered for distribution to farmers and 3 training institutions to help with milk storage. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
It's now time for the Business Minute.
The government of St. Kitts and Nevis is moving ahead with the necessary regulations to make that country more energy efficient. Utilities Minister Conress Gregor Menton Maynard was speaking at the Caribbean Sustainable Energy Forum in Kingston.
And so we are now pursuing bringing to life the commissions, the utility commissions that are already there in law. But we want to empower them in order to ensure that investors are confident that in our energy space there is a fair, level playing field. We are presently working on our feed-in tariff because there are persons who have gone ahead and invested in solar, but they're not being compensated for it if they provide any excess into the grid. And so very shortly we hope to fine-tune, looking at some of the examples around the region, our feed-in tariff.
Further afield, after nearly 4 months of striking, the Actors Union has reached a tentative labor agreement with major film and television studios. The SAG-AFTRA union made the announcement on Wednesday. The deal will be reviewed by the union's national board on Friday. If approved, the nearly 160,000 actors represented by the union will return to work. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Shane Masters.
Time now for the top regional